Paltrocast. Aside from it being a busy day, a couple days before the holiday season, how's your day going so far, Dylan?
It's going good, man. It's going good. I just got off the phone 1 minute ago talking to Ink Magazine about some stuff. So, yeah, no sleep for the whatever that thing is they say.
The Wicked, the Gainfully
Exactly.
Employed.
It's usually Wicked. I don't really feel like I'm that wicked, so yeah, I kind of leave that part out.
Yeah, so you first came onto my radar through the earlier mentioned Bob when you had the Inkbox collection like 3-4 years ago.
Okay,
Is
cool.
that still active or that's a thing of the past?
I think it's kind of a thing of the past. We still do it a little bit. I'm gonna go inside. I got all these chickens out here. Here's the ranch, and they're being super loud. I don't know what's up.
Sure.
The Inkbox stuff is kind of a thing of the past. But we are doing a lot of crazy stuff like that in general. Those were temporary tattoos for anyone who does not know.
Yes. So that was one side thing. Another side thing being those acting credits, because sometimes you pop up on camera in the middle of a film or a TV show as actually tattooing. Then you're the successful tattooer that's always on call. There's the shop, etc. What do I call you for a profession? Do I just say tattoo artist?
I think artist is probably like the most widely, wide scoping thing. I consider myself an artist. I do a lot of different art, a lot of different mediums. And I think, artist sounds the most genuine and all-encompassing.
So going through your bio, you got your first tattoo at 16. You started practicing when you were 19. So this is the only thing that you've been doing the whole time. That's pretty inspiring.
Yeah, man. This is it. I mean, I think I got an apprenticeship when I was 18. I'm 36 now. So like, I was just talking about how this is like, I've been tattooing as long as I haven't been tattooing. So yeah, this is like definitely all in, it's the ships are burnt on the beach. We burnt them a while ago. We're like,
yeah. Yeah, although I suppose you could easily parlay that into painting and traditional art form or mixed media art.
For sure. Absolutely. Yeah. We're doing some stuff like that. I was at Art Basel actually. I do have some sculptures and some paintings available currently on the website, and yeah, I mean, I'm doing all of it at the same time. Everything all at once is kind of my impromptu. I guess this is just what I think makes the most sense. I don't know how I think that makes the most sense, but
you're a doer.
I mean, I will agree. Yeah, for sure. That is fact.
Something that I'm very intrigued about is certain professions, the people within that field hang out with each other, and then other professions they will not hang out with each other because they are competition. Like sometimes the lead singer of a band goes, I hate lead singers, I want to hang out with drummers primarily. In your case, do you hang out with other tattoo artists?
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I don't fucking think I have that many friends who aren't tattooers. It's like it's hard. I mean, like you're just so much space is shared in that way. I mean, especially if you work as much as you do. Like I mean, I'm here, I'm at work right now. I mean, like I'm not tattooing right now, but I'm still at the studio. And it's like whether or not I'm hanging out with the people who also work here with me, or like I'll go to conventions, or like it's just usually shared stuff through that. So I mean, I definitely am on the current theme of like collaboration over competition thing. I think it's just the way. I don't think we're gonna. You go faster alone and further together. And I think now it's definitely the way tattooing's going and the way the tattoo community's going. I think we better all kind of act correct and be friends, because I don't think we're gonna do well like on the lone wolf thing, which has been my thing.
It's been cool to see how mainstream tattoos have become, because I've done, hey, do you want to get a box from this famous tequila company? Sure. Well, you're going to talk to John Boy as part of this. And you go, oh, wow, okay, 15 years ago, that would not have happened.
No, totally. I mean, I like John. Actually, speaking of like John Boy, he's a homie. I like him. He's that mini tats. The mini tats are great, man. He killed it. I mean, they're the tiniest tats you could imagine. Margins are the greatest, best margins ever. He's killing it. More fucking power to him. Get after it.
Yeah. Another one that I have within the next week or two, I think I'm talking to Tokyo Hero because he's collaborating with Sapporo. Now, when did you start to notice the whole, we can collaborate with corporations and it's okay? It's not anti.
I was about to say, where's the I get to, what do I get my box? I was gonna say, not yet. Now when you just told me. No, just kidding, but seriously. As of now.
As of
you heard
now.
you heard it here, folks.
Well, your credits are really impressive when it comes to notable people who you've tattooed because let's face it, if it's somebody from Imagine Dragons, that means that millions of people are seeing it in publicity photos.
Yeah, totally.
Same deal with Usher, etc. Who was the first high profile person that you got to bank on?
It was Kat Von D. That was for sure. Who like and that was super organic. I mean, I just did a guest spot at her shop at High Voltage. I was just working there, and she wanted to get tattooed. I was like, oh yeah, cool, like let's do it. So I tattooed a bunch of stuff on her arm, covering up a old portrait of her sister, which was like, I think that was kind of like a big one because I was like, oh damn, like you want my art more than you like want your sister, like hell yeah. I was like,
no pressure.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, no pressure on your forearm, so I can look at it. And today, her entire bodysuit is blacked out except for that piece, so that's pretty cool. I wouldn't have been. I mean, I would have been like a tiny bit like sad if it got blacked out, but I would. I get it. A lot of my stuff's blacked out. But oh yeah, and then that kind of led into other people, because like I think Hemsworth saw the sleeve I did, I think on Andrew, and Andrew was one of Kat's photographers. He's a friend of mine. He's cool photographer dude. And yeah, so it was just kind of word of mouth and stuff. Yeah, Usher just hit me up and sent me a DM. He's like, I want to get the back of my head tattooed. He wanted his chin and his face, and I was like, let's go, bro. Let's get after it. I'm like, I'm not mad at that. Like, I'm not scared to tattoo Usher's face. Kind of.
Wow. So that one session with Kat led to other work, and I'm sure
I think
the
so.
thing with Usher led to other work. So
totally, it's like a string. Once you start pulling it, I think just hopefully everything it's all kind of connected like that. I think.
So thankfully, you're good under pressure.
I mean, I think tattooing. You better hope tattooers. I mean, that's like their fucking MO, I guess. But I think I was talking about this like a little bit earlier, where it was like, I don't think I think I almost need the fire. It's like that. It's like kind of sucks though. Like when you kind of realize that about yourself, where you're like, you got to like turn the fire up if you want to get stuff done. So it's like, I think I like it. Like, I think it's like that 11th hour thing. It's like, okay. But so it kind of puts you into this state of just always being in that fight or flight kind of thing. Like, okay, let's like I'm drinking coffee right now. That's what's in here. I'm going to make a coffee company because I drink so much coffee. I probably drink like 10 cups a day. So my adrenals are just shot, but then I take all the mushroom stuff to the tinctures to kind of help with the adrenals. But yeah, pressure. I think I just have to operate under pressure to feel like I'm operating at all. Otherwise, it just feels like slow motion.
Well, I have 3 more questions for you before I let you go, because let's face it, every minute that you're talking to me is every minute you're not creating, and that's not a good thing. And the first one is, and I asked this to chefs, because chefs, tattoo artists, the same exact thing in a lot of respects. Do you have music on when you're tattooing, or do you need extreme silence to concentrate?
No, oh my God, no, it's definitely music or podcast or something or conversation. I talk a lot with my clients. No, I couldn't. I mean, honestly, if I have it like silent tattooing, it's weird. It's like so weird, actually. It's like, because then they're like in pain, and then they just like don't say anything, and then you're just like sitting there, just like, and you're just hearing like poke, 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 and they're just like, ugh. It's like you got to kind of like create a little bit of an ambiance. There's music,
So the next question is, what you do has therapist elements to it too, because you have to be great at small talk like a barber or a dentist office receptionist and all that. Did you know all that going into this, that you were going to have to be a good talker, and it was about 20% about the art and 80% about people skills?
I mean, that's fact. I did not know that, and most people do not know that. I think that's very astute to articulate that, being that 80% is probably everything except for the art, and I'd say 20 is like kind of like is giving it a lot. I'd say it's like 10% art and 90% every other functioning thing to make the art, to make enough space, proverbially space to allow the art to happen, requires almost like 90% of like other stuff. So yeah, you're totally right. I did not know that at all, and I think maybe it's for the best. Like, I don't know. Maybe if I knew that, I'd be like, what? But I think all that stuff, I think luckily came kind of naturally. I mean, I grew up skateboarding. I grew up definitely like hanging out, like, and being in that type of kind of like crowd like stuff, like in musicians and stuff too. Like, but also there's a sense of like lone wolfness that you have to be a little bit of a hermit to like be able to like get that nerded out in the art. So I think it is the balance of those things. Being like, you can't be a total hermit and like not be able to like have any level of a relatable conversation, or else it's just kind of awkward. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely, you need both people skills for sure. I don't know if I like have those, but you need those. Maybe.
I
Like,
think you have it.
thank you. Well, I appreciate it. You know, I don't like to like say like you need these things that I clearly I have these things, you know, but like you would need those things. One would
got
need
those things, Dillon.
Thank you.
And the last question before I let you go, this could be the world's shortest no, or it can actually be a philosophical, long, in-depth response.
It'll probably be that. No.
Okay. I'm gonna gather that it's a no. Have you tattooed any member of, anyone related to, or anything related to Van Halen?
Ooh. Related to. I would say that I think the only thing is I believe my dad is a fashion photographer when he was working in the 80s had maybe shot them. But other than that, I can't. I'm trying to think if I've tattooed. I think it might just be a no. I think it's maybe a no. I think you're right. I know. I'm trying to think. I want it to be a yes, but I don't think it is a yes.
Where I was going with that was I was trying to figure out, Horiyoshi did most of David Lee Roth's like sleeves and body, but did you have to cover up anything for David Lee Roth in a haste?
No, definitely. I've never covered a Horiyoshi tat. That has definitely not happened. I doubt that will happen. I probably would, just because it'd be kind of like, but I don't know. I mean, I probably wouldn't because it probably looks sick. But no, I have not. I've never tattooed David Lee Roth or covered up anything of Horiyoshi's. Which both sound like I would not do either of those.
Unless you become Horiyoshi the fourth, then
him and his apprentice, his whole thing is crazy. He seems cool. I don't know that much like about him like personally. So, but he's dope. Look, he has dope presence for sure.
Well, so do you, and
thanks, man.
You for doing what you do, and looking forward to what's next, even if it's not an ink box collection. Dillon, keep up the greatness out there.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you. Take it easy. Thank you.
Paltrocast.